Hi all my Ali Pallies, and thank you for joining me. This is going to be a very quick, someone hasn't blended in her bronzer, her sculptor. This is going to be a very quick video because I just wanted to update you about a detail, a very big design flaw in the new Charlotte Tilbury Hot Lips 2. Okay, so it's a follow-on from my review yesterday. Now, when I do reviews, I never look at other people's reviews before I do mine. And after I finished, I got a comment from Leslie. Thank you so much, Leslie Hopkins, for pointing this out to me. And I think other reviewers, such as, I don't know who actually said it first, but just so that I credit some people, I think Michelle Wang was one of them that mentioned this. There is a design flaw in these lipsticks, so I'm just going to explain what the problem is. So as you know, these are refillable, so you take these out and the idea is that you can switch it round with one of your refills and put it into there. Okay, now there is a problem, and I don't understand how Charlotte Tilbury design team did not pick this up. So when you buy the refills, you will see that printed, it's quite small writing, and I don't know if you can pick that up in the camera, but you see printed at the side here is the name of the lipstick. So it's telling me that it's JK Magic, and I've got it upside down. Okay, I'm not sure that you're going to see that in the camera, but it does say JK Magic. All right, so that's fine. You know what lipstick you have. The problem is that when you buy the full-size lipstick in the holder and you look at the insert, there is no name written on the insert. The name is written at the bottom of the holder, which is absolutely staggering. I cannot contemplate how they could have designed a product like this that is meant to be interchangeable, and they haven't thought of this. So basically, if you want to move your refill that you've got from a full-size lipstick into another case, you're not going to know what name it is because it's not written on the side, and you're going to have the old name written on the bottom from the existing lipstick. It gets very, very confusing. Now, hopefully Charlotte Tilbury organisation are going to sort this out. I think it's pretty appalling, to be honest. And I'm sorry that I didn't pick this up in my first impression review. I was so busy looking at the cases and the different formulas. I just didn't pick that up. So apologies for that. Now, hopefully they're going to come up with a solution. I think the onus is definitely on them to come up with a solution. But because I like to be helpful, I thought, what can we do about this? The only thing I can think of, when looking at where the writing is on the refill, obviously that is not taking away from the design. I did think about a Sharpie pen to write the name of the lipstick on the one that comes in the actual tube, but that's going to take away from the good kind of the aesthetics of it. The only other thing I can think of is if you've got a Dymo machine, one of those label makers, I've just printed myself a label which I can then stick on the side of here. So when I take this one out, I can stick that on the side there, right at the bottom. The only thing is that you need to make sure that you stick it down really well so that it doesn't get in the way of you pushing it and pulling it out of the tube again. It's not ideal, and I just wanted to put that out there to you all today, because I know that a lot of you wait for my reviews and then you go off to purchase, and yet again we've been given a bit of a shock. The last one we got was the Dolce Vita palette, not the Dolce Vita palette, sorry, the Dreamgasm palette, which had existing shades in it, and they didn't release that information straight away. And now this, it's not good. It really isn't. And I'm not, as I said, I'm not sponsored. I don't have to support Charlotte Tilbury. I'm just disappointed because I think I got the feeling that when I first started to love Charlotte Tilbury, that there was a great deal of passion for the products and a great deal of passion for the people buying the products. And I just think somebody has missed a step. And okay, you know, it's not the end of the world. It's lipstick. It's lipstick names. Some people may not care what name it is. You know, in the scheme of world poverty, it's not a huge deal. But if you spent your hard-earned cash, excuse me, I've got a bit of hay fever. If you spent your hard-earned cash on a £28 lipstick, it should be right. It shouldn't have the name of the lipstick at the bottom of an interchangeable tube. Let me show you an example of another interchangeable lipstick tube, and I will show you how it's done. Okay, so this is a Guerlain case. Now I've only got the original case, but if you probably know that Guerlain have bought out different cases that you can buy. Now, these are actually better, and I'll tell you why. First of all, you can buy the case separately to the lipstick. You don't have to buy a lipstick that you don't want in order to get the case. You just buy the case separately. And they're about £28 as well. They're similar price. Okay, so the case is something like £14, and then the refill is another. I'll have to check the prices, and I'll put the details below. But what the bit that is interchangeable is the lid that comes off, which very cleverly, by the way, opens up into a mirror like that. Okay, so that is the bit that's interchangeable, but this bit at the bottom stays the same on every lipstick, on every refill. So it's not actually interfering with the shade name, which I'm just trying to look at this one. I believe I don't know where the shade name is actually of this one. This is really going to stump me now. Just hold on a second. Okay, my argument's completely turned on its head, because actually the shade name is on the bit that is interchangeable here, which has completely thrown my argument out the window. But I'm just going to keep going. I'm assuming that now that they have bought out these interchangeable heads, that they have put the shade name on the base of the lipstick. But actually, if you've got an existing Guerlain lipstick, an original one, you're still going to have the same problem. You're not going to know what lipstick you've got in the bottom. Oh, actually you are, because it's got a number at the back. It's got the number of the shade. So Guerlain has the shade and the number. So every number has a corresponding shade. And that may be the way to do it. That may have been the way for Charlotte to do it, is to just have a number that corresponds with the shade, so you don't have to write it all the way along the lipstick tube. I don't know. I just think that this obviously has been rushed. It's a great idea in principle, but it is going to leave people wondering what lipstick they have got in their refillable case. And I just wanted to point that out to you all, just to highlight. Have a look at Michelle Wang's review. I haven't watched it all yet, but she does mention this, and she also has some of the shades that I don't have. So, you know, I always like to support other YouTubers. Hopefully she can do the same for me one day. Yeah, so just letting you know about that. It's not good. I'm not impressed, but I still have to say that I love the cases, and I've found that I've been wearing a couple of the lipsticks the last couple of days. They are extremely long lasting, and definitely a new formula to her existing formula. They feel like they're more difficult to swipe on to get a colour going, but once they're on, they stay put and they don't budge. When I say they don't budge, they obviously eventually do, but they still leave a stain behind. And I think they're my longest lasting Charlotte Tilbury formulas that I've had so far. So that's a good point. I always like to end on a good point as well. But come on, Charlotte, sort this out. Tell your customers what you're going to do about this. So just to recap, if you buy a refill, don't worry, the name is on the side. The problem is that you are forced to buy a lipstick inside the original case, and it's that one that has no name inside, but the name is at the bottom of the interchangeable case. I hope that makes sense. Any questions, please let me know, and I'll see you all very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.